Hi, everybody, welcome back to Ox Talks. It is late in the day on Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. Thought I would upload a relatively short video today. I've been sporadic the last couple of days because I've been real busy at the office, a lot of projects. I have two more depositions tomorrow in the morning and one in the afternoon. So it's been crazy at the office, and as you all know, I have to deal with those things on a regular basis when we own our own business. As those of you that do understand, you're constantly adjusting, you're constantly having to anticipate things coming up and plan around it and kind of go on the fly. So today I got a tentative ruling on that big motion, and the judge, instead of hearing it tomorrow morning, has decided to put the matter into mid-June, and the judge has asked for some further briefing on the authorities. So, of course, that time frame falls right in the middle of some planned vacation time. Going to adjust around that and come back a bit early to address those issues. That's what you do. But you know what? When you own your own business, the freedom you have, the ability to provide for your own livelihood, there's nothing like it. Look, there's no guarantees when you own your own business. I've been talking about this since day one on this channel. If you can do it, if you can become self-sufficient, become your own boss, build your own business, there's never a bad time to do it. Just be smart about it. Don't go into debt. Don't overextend yourself, but give it some thought. We are coming into some very, very difficult financial times here. I'm going to share one story with you today that I pulled from the Business Insider earlier. With that being said, let's jump right into it. Again, appreciate all of you being here. I'll keep the show short today because it's going to be posted kind of late. So Business Insider says the U.S. economy is headed for a hard landing this year, and deep rate cuts are the only solution, according to Citibank's chief economist. We're going to have to wait and see. I saw a couple of Fed speakers or Fed presidents, I think even today, maybe yesterday, also come out and say that they're going to wait and see if the inflation is actually being reduced, and that they want to see several months of pullbacks on inflation. As you all know, with what we've been sharing lately on this channel, that's not happening. It's going in the wrong direction. So are there going to be a bunch of rate cuts this year, did it next year? We're going to have to wait and see. I would be very surprised. We know that the stock market, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P are all still rallying off of this hopium. Dow's still pushing right up around 40,000. And some people were coming out and saying, look, it can go to 60,000. Why not? Why not? It's detached from the reality. It's detached from what the American people, I believe, in this country are feeling, I should say, suffering every day right now with these higher prices stifling insurance costs, stifling food costs, stifling fuel costs. I saw today that the president's going to be releasing some of the reserves, petroleum reserves, again, to try to drop the gasoline prices by a few cents. Obviously, you can all make your own determination on that. It's a political move. And obviously, from my perspective, it makes us more vulnerable in other areas as well. So let me continue on with this article. Citigroup's chief U.S. economist told CNBC a deteriorating labor market was setting up a hard landing. Andrew Hollenhurst said a gradual softening in the job market is happening and tends to snowball. Now, this guy's still calling for several interest rate cuts this year. But what he's saying I thought was interesting. He says, quote, firms are hiring at a lower rate. Firms are having workers work less hours, he told CNBC on Tuesday. So this gradual softening has already started. That tends to snowball and end up in something that looks like, he says, a hard landing. While recent labor market data doesn't necessarily, he says, point to such a dire situation, Hollenhurst argued that certain reports revealed a more pessimistic environment than many realize. A hard landing is a troublesome prospect since a full-fledged recession can follow, he says. Small businesses are telling us that their hiring intentions are at the lowest levels that we've seen, listen to this, since 2016. He said, citing survey data from the National Federation of Independent Business. He says, and if I look overall at the economy, the hiring rate right now is the lowest rate it's been since 2014. So we're at the lowest hiring rate, he says, in a decade. So what does that mean? It means that companies are not expanding. They're contracting. We see every week, it seems like, more businesses going out of business. I saw yesterday Red Lobster, I shared on the channel, I think last week they were closing 100 locations. Now they are bankrupt. So it went from closing some stores, 10, 12% of their locations, to being bankrupt. I saw today as well that Walgreens is intending to shut down many, many locations across the country. And of course, they're calling it their restructuring plans. But look, we are seeing a contraction across the board. How many lives does that affect? How many people are going to be looking for jobs in the workplace during a time when you just heard companies are at their lowest hiring pace since 2014, 10 years ago? So I hope all of you don't get complacent. Don't believe that for a second that your job is immune from this, that you have no exposure or risk, that tomorrow is going to look just like today looked. Please take the warning. If you can find a way to start a side hustle, if you can find a way to branch out, form your own business, become self-sufficient, I would suggest that it would be a prudent thing to consider. Obviously, we discuss all the time on this channel, paying off debt, getting yourself stronger financially. And but the less debt you're carrying, especially revolving credit card balances, things like that, we've got to find a way to pay those things down. Just put a plan into place, stick with it. It's not all going to happen all at once unless you get some kind of a windfall income or an inheritance, something like that. So you have to just formulate a game plan and stick with it, but make prudent decisions because it only takes a couple of bad decisions to come back and bite you in the proverbial ass, as we would say. It's not the time to be frivolous. We talk about saving. We talk about paying off debt. We talk about improving your credit score. As you pay down debt, as you pay things on time, your credit score will become more solid. And when the time is right to be able to take advantage of opportunities, you might be in a position to do so. If your credit score is terrible because you're making bad decisions and you're going late, you're being delinquent on car payments, credit card payments, things like that, you are not going to be able to finance a Big Mac in this country, folks. So I hope you take that seriously. I have been watching the markets, seem to be a little bit sideways right now. Even my market buddies that are market guys, put everything in the market, reaching for yield. They seem to be a little less confident right now. We'll see where this is heading. Have the markets topped out? We are seeing the precious metals continue to gain momentum. And so we'll see where that goes. If you're a cryptocurrency supporter, I have seen a big move. I think it was in Ethereum in the last few days. So alternative assets, have something that has worth. It's not just a digit on a screen. Cryptocurrencies, we can argue it's debatable. It certainly, from my perspective, is not like holding tangible assets. We talk about precious metals, gold and silver all the time on this channel. I'm a proponent of that. I know people that are close to me, JB and Aaron, and a lot of guys that we communicate with understand the value of this stuff. Not financial advice, not economic advice, Don't know where this stuff is heading. There could be pullbacks. There will be pullbacks along the way. Nothing goes parabolic, in a straight line. It goes in cycles. Okay, we understand that. So I won't go too long today. That was the only article I wanted to share with you because I've really not been able to keep up with a lot of the news that's been going on the last few days because of the workload at the office. But I appreciate all of you tuning in. And leave your comments below. Let me know, what you're seeing in your areas. Or do you have any impacts immediately that you're feeling from the downturn, from the layoffs? I hope that none of you have been directly impacted, or maybe family members. Please continue being positive. It's easy to get negative in this environment. I know we come out here and talk about things that aren't always, rainbows and unicorns and cheery subjects, but it is reality. And I've been talking to some friends of mine lately, clients of mine, other business owners that are all understanding that there's a slowdown happening. And how bad will this get? It's anybody's guess. But look, we know that we have unprecedented debt levels in this country, both from the government perspective and from the consumer, private consumer debt levels in this country. So, this very well could be the largest downturn and the longest downturn that we see, in our lifetimes. We'll have to see how this plays out. What do? We fortify ourselves as individuals, as family, as a community, and continue to try to make smart decisions, economic decisions. And with that being said, I did do a workout this afternoon. And I hope all of you will take the physical fitness seriously, stick with it, watch that diet, get your cardio in, your strength training. I know I get some haters on here about talking about physical fitness, but I'm going to continue to harp on it because we need to be stronger and more physically fit. We need to be more resilient individually so we can help our family, help our loved ones, help our community. Okay, about 12 minutes today. I'll let you go. I'm shooting a video here at the house. I'm on a makeshift setup here with a very, very little tripod situation that I think one of my kids gave me a while ago. So I hope the quality of the video and the sound came out okay. I should be back into my normal routine later in the week, and I will touch base and keep you guys abreast of news as it unfolds. Have a great evening. Talk to you soon. Bye.